What's going on, guys? Florida's Finest here, and I got an awesome video for you guys. I'm really excited to film this and start this project. I'm going to try and document every single part of making my own exhaust, and this will probably be part one of, I don't know how many parts, I doubt I'll get all done in this video, but part one of making my downpipe, because that's the first part of my exhaust. So I'm going to show you guys all the material I ordered to make my whole exhaust, and we'll try to walk you guys through the whole process of what I'm thinking. And it may change down as the project moves on. I don't really know for sure how it's going to work out. I'm just going to wing it. I have zero welding experience besides a couple weeks I have my welder, and zero fabrication experience. I'm just doing the best I can, ask a few questions to my friends, and trying to make it work. So I will show you guys right now all the parts I ordered, but it's basically going to be a 2.5-inch downpipe to a open 3-inch full exhaust all the way back, and no cats, no muffler, straight turbo back exhaust. So let's get started. I'm going to show you guys all the parts that just came in, and yeah, let's go. Alright, let me show you guys the material I got for my exhaust. I got it all laid out. Alright, so I'll do my best to try to link all this below, but this is all the material I'm going to use to build my full exhaust. Hopefully I got everything. I went with the Vibrant UJ pre-bent 2.5 outer diameter for my downpipe, because it already comes with a nice 180 and a solid bend. So just to be majority of my downpipe. And then this is the adapter that goes to the back of the turbo. It's basically the 5-bolt adapter, and it's steel, and it has the V-band connection, which I think I'm going to cut the V-band connection off because I don't think I have enough room to clear this. If I can, I'll use it. If not, I plan on cutting it off and welding my exhaust to this. So that's my rough plan. This is an adapter to go from 2.5 to 3-inch. So I'm going to use this once I get underneath the car and finish the downpipe and start the back of the exhaust. And this is to break the exhaust up, so it's a 2-piece system. Basically just 2 flanges with the gaskets. And then I have 10 feet of 3-inch pipe. So hopefully that's more than enough to make my full straight back exhaust. So it's going to be a 2.5-inch diameter downpipe and a 3-inch full exhaust. No cats, no muffler, straight turbo back. So let's get started. Alright, so tomorrow is bike week, and I would make this, say it's kind of like a surprise, but you guys have already seen the bike week video, and this video is going to come out after. But I should be prepping to go to bike week right now. I want to do an oil change on my truck, oil change on my bike, kind of make sure the bike's dialed before I take it to Daytona and beat the shit out of it for 12 hours. But I'm too excited to start my exhaust. I'm probably going to start the downpipe right now, like you guys know. Step 1 is going to be test this flange to make sure this fits my turbo. I just want to make sure I order the right one. It's got multiple holes, I guess, for multiple turbo applications, but this should fit my turbo. And if this fits, I will then decide if I'm going to use the V-band flange, V-band clamp, and if not, cut it and make my downpipe off this. So we're going to test fit this real quick. So I need to go to the hardware store to pick up some hardware for my actual turbo, but I found this spare bolt that threads into the back of the turbo, so I'm just going to line this up and make sure this fits. So, okay, step 1 success. All the holes line up, so I believe this turbo adapter will work. So this is just a generic 5-bolt adapter, and it looks a little tight. I wish I had all the hardware to test it completely, but it looks pretty solid. I think it'll work. So basically these 5 bolts line up with my 5 bolts on the back of the turbo, and yeah, it should be pretty solid. Something I should mention about my turbo, it's internally wastegated. So basically, oh, I can't, it's heavy. Okay, so this is the back of the turbo. This is where the main exhaust gases come out, and this is the wastegate. And the wastegate opens up, I guess, when you let off boost, and basically relieves some of the pressure in the turbo. And I guess a correct way to build an exhaust would be to have 2 pipes coming out of the downpipe at the back of the turbo, one for the wastegate and one for the main exhaust exit. And usually some people like turn the wastegate pipe like out their hood and it shoots flames, but most people reroute the wastegate pipe down the downpipe and then tie it back in to the downpipe underneath the car. I'm just going to put them all into one big hole and put them all in just one big downpipe and just call it a day. It should be fine. I mean, air goes in, air goes out. It should be okay. It should be fine. So that's my rough plan. So I think next is to see if I can use the V-band. If I use the V-band, I gotta factor in basically another, I don't know, maybe 2 inches, and I don't have much clearance from the back of the car to the firewall, so I don't know if I can use this. I'm probably gonna have to cut this pretty V-band off, but we'll see. That's step 2. Okay, so I quickly just put 1 bolt or 1 nut to hold on the manifold, just because you want the manifold on where it's going to be in its final spot. You don't want it to be like off a little bit and then do all your work and then watch you go back and tighten everything up and it's like not in the same spot where it should have been. So now that that's partially on the correct spot, I'm now looking at my clearance issues. And it looks pretty tight. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep this. I mean, I already cut off that back shelf piece, and I believe the Flying Miata instructions on their downpipe say to cut that off a little bit. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But I'm glad I cut that because that's super tight. So this hose can get relocated. I'm not worried about that. This is a ground and that can get relocated. But I don't know. I wish you guys were here to tell me what you guys think. But I think I'm probably going to remove the V-band flange. So let me look at it a little bit more and I will get back to you guys with my decision. Alright, so let me walk you guys through my thought process. I'm cutting off the V-band flange. There's no way I can keep it. I would love to keep it. It'd be super nice to be able to take my downpipe on and off real easy with a V-band clamp because it's like super easy to remove. But there's no way I'm going to fit it. The clearance is way too tight. So my plan is to cut this off right at the rim where it's welded. I matched up the downpipe diameter and it's basically extremely close. So my plan is to cut that off and basically tack on the start of the downpipe right there. Oh, by the way, I'm not welding like anything today. I'm just gonna like tack it all together and make the whole thing tacked and make sure it all works and fits, and then I'm gonna weld it all, which I'm sure is kind of common sense, but just letting you guys know. So that's what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna cut that off. So I think that's the best option. And then I would love to cut this pipe right down here on the center. So it basically comes out and then drops straight down. But from here to the edge of this is about 5.5 inches, maybe about 5 inches. And I don't have that room behind the turbo to the back of the engine bay shelf. So what I think I'm going to do is cut it about here. And then that will basically, this will be now straight up and down onto there like that. And I think with an angle somewhere around in here, will obviously make this shorter and it'll bring it down, but it's gonna be kind of out on an angle. So that's when I'll cut it, and I'll cut this off, swap this around, so this will bend the opposite way, and then this part will get me underneath the car. That's my thought process. I think it'll work. If not, beauty thing of a welder and a grinding wheel, I can basically cut it and remake it a million times. So I would like to cut it here and go straight down, but this is too big. So I'm going to cut it about here, and if say this doesn't work and I want to go straight up and down, I still have this whole section to work with. So I still have this bend here, and I have room for error basically. And no matter what I do, because I can still use the small section if I cut off a small section. So enough of me talking. I'm going to start cutting, and hopefully I measure once, cut twice. No, that's not right. Cut once, measure 3 times. Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm back from cutting this, and V-band cut off very, very nicely. And I kind of flattened down the edges a little bit. I still need to sand it up a little bit more, but take a look at this. This and my 2.5 inch diameter pipe, oh my god, they fit perfect. Like, it's literally a perfect connection. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell. it's pretty solid. The camera's not really zoomed in, not focusing, I apologize. But yeah, I mean, that's basically a 2.5 inch hole. It's not perfectly round, as you can tell, but I mean, a nice solid fat bead on there will keep it nice and sealed. So yeah, that's how that's going to work. That's going to get welded on just like so. So now this is cut. Now I have this much more room, which doesn't look like much, but in a Miata, this is a lot of space. So now for the scary part, figuring out where to cut this beautiful piece of vibrant 2.5-inch exhaust piping. Where do I cut? That is a $1 million question. Now that we have this off, maybe we can see it a little bit better. I'm probably gonna cut it like there maybe. So it'll be like that. Shit, maybe like that. Okay, so for not having a bandsaw or really nice shop equipment or any nice cutting tools, I cut a pretty solid cut right there. I mean, it's got one little notch that kind of bothers me, but it's all right, the welder will take care of that. This isn't a perfect circle, so it's actually not a big deal. So, see Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Bam, look at that. It's pretty much almost a downpipe, not too bad. So, from here, I'm probably going to put this on the car, on the turbo, and see if I can snake this down. I don't know if this one of us fit. I might have to cut this down and see if I can get this down inside the car and see what this looks like. And hopefully this clears the back firewall and I can tack this together and move on to the next piece. So let's go put this on the car. Alright, so I cut the piece off and this is what she looks like right now. It looks really, really solid. I'm really happy with it so far. So I'm going to try to put it on the car with one hand to show you guys. This is kind of falling out a little bit, but basically it's going to go down like so. And then weld it on. And yeah, that's my issues right there. That's my downpipe. Look how tight that clearance is. Man, I freaking measured that perfectly. Literally winged that, I swear to God. And that worked out really, really nice. So, from here, I might tack it on and then maybe start underneath the car and see how much I need to cut off and figure out how now I'm going to turn it the other way. But, I mean, the clearance could not get any better. I mean, shit, that's fucking solid right there. I got friends here. No one cares. Okay, so I think I got this at a good spot. I marked 2 lines on it where I think it'll fit. And I'm going to tack it together like so. And we'll see what it looks like on the car. So that's what I'm going to do now.
Yeah, see the way I held it? It's going to be a lot easier to close that gap up.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Okay, so this is the piece we're at so far that we made. And then this is the same piece that came off this piece when I cut it. And when I put this on the car and just test fitted this fits like extremely close. So that, we're going to tack this together now. We're going to tack this together now and put this on the car, and then I'm probably going to have to cut this a little bit shorter. I don't think we can go all the way because like when this is on the downpipe, when we're holding it up, it kind of points it up towards the transmission. So I'm going to tack this on, put it back on, and then go put it underneath the car and mark it, see where we need to cut. But I mean, that's essentially my downpipe. What do you think?
Holy shit.
It's fast, right?
I put it in second, I gave it a little too much, and I about threw myself off.
Yeah, I told you, dude. Even with you, man, it'll rip.
It's so much faster than your DRZ.
It's fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quick. This is even faster.
Come with this tranny line, right?
Yeah.
Come here, butt your 3-inch or whatever you're gonna do with it.
Yep.
You can run it straight out that way.
So
and that'll keep it roughly here.
Yep.
maybe here, and even then, that should still be. It should be flush with that, and you'll be clean.
Where's straight though?
That's the
$1
thing.
million question, right?
Hold on.
Get my camera.
Yeah. It's pretty straight right there.
So many friends keep showing up.
Oh my God! Is it Russell?
Yeah.
Run me over.
Look at this thing. Oh, it's so dark I can't even see it.
You hear that whine? Yeah. That's like the fan or something.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Look at this thing.
Going on, man? And it's I'm still breaking it. I got it back today, so I'm not doing anything crazy. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude?
What's
going on?
Oh, it's too dark. This thing is nuts. You got lights on this bitch? Get a flashlight on your phone?
Lights.
What?
And if I need to work on it because it's a Volkswagen, turn it around.
Dude, this thing is fucking nuts.
Oh, I have brand spanking new ones at the house, but I just got it. When I take it to the canopy shop, that's what I'm gonna do. So
wait, what motor is this?
this is a Volkswagen Beetle motor, an old one.
It's
like
its title is Volkswagen too, right?
its title is an ASPT,
I have no idea what that is.
assembled from parts.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, trying to find insurance. Yep. As you drive it, it grows. Trying to get insurance for this, like, this thing, the insurance on this thing is more money than my Corvette.
No shit.
Yeah, and I have like shittier insurance on this, and it's still more money.
Can you make it a classic car?
What?
Can you make it a classic car?
No, the way that it's titled, an ASPT 2010.
Dude, these fittings are not cheap. That oil
I didn't. That was already. It was on it when I bought it, and the guy cleaned it up and did all that. Like those Weber carburetors are $1,400 carburetors for both of them.
Okay, so since everyone came over, we've gotten zero progress done on the Miata. So we're gonna wash the bikes and get ready for a bike week.